You can make a engaging thumbnail in less than 5 minutes. I guarantee it. In this YouTube series, I'm going to be going over my tips on how to grow your YouTube channel from a point of view of an artist. So come on and join me on this journey. Hello everyone, welcome to my home. I'm doing my video vlog today on how to put together the best YouTube thumbnails. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to go over the top 5 tips that I find super helpful if I were to do this all over again and what I would recommend. So let's get started. Now, if you like this type of content, please consider like, subscribe, and sharing. It really does help a lot with the channel. There are a few tips I want to go over that hopefully make your process better. And for me, I am a Photoshop girl for when I started when I was in high school. So I thought, oh, you know what? Intuitively, I would use Photoshop, but the program costs so much in a year. So I've switched over to Canva. This is not a sponsored video, but I want to go over the most time efficient way I want to share with you, maximizing what you can do in the short amount of time to build a really stunning thumbnail that will engage with a lot of audience out there and get what you want out there, including your amazing content. And I want you guys to be able to share that as quickly and most efficiently as possible. Let's get started. It doesn't have to be complicated, but there are some guiding principles that I think will be super helpful for you guys. So let's get started. Find that Canva is just so easy to use. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on a computer, and it's easy to get access to it as long as you have internet. I use the free account for Canva, and all you have to do is go on canva.com. I would suggest creating a login, that way you can go back to your saved work. You can start by going to the search bar on Canva and just look for YouTube thumbnails. And then once you do that, there are so many thumbnails to choose from. And you can choose generic ones that they have already, or you can choose to create your own. The great thing is that they already have the dimensions, so you don't have to worry about does it fit the size, does it fit the resolution. For me, if I don't like any of these templates, I can always use a blank one, but from the side I'm just gonna scroll and show you in the filters. There are styles like minimalist, modern, simple, and they also have themes. If you have a business theme, a beauty theme, a photo theme, and then also the pricing and color scheme if you have a preference for it. So let's say I like this particular one and I want to show you how easy it is to make this in under 5 minutes. So I can click on that particular thumbnail. There on the left hand side you can see that there are elements that you can, let's say, choose photos from their photo stock that is free, and you can pull and drop that into your thumbnail as easy as that. So let's say if I want to do painting, so I will type in painting in the box, search box, and you'll see all these samples including photo stock or like art clips, and you can just pull and drop into that thumbnail. And then the fonts, the other thing I was going to mention is that they have some free fonts that are absolutely beautiful and easy to do. You can just click on it and then just enter what you want. I do have some 5 guiding tips I want to give you that will be super helpful in helping your thumbnails stay more engaging for your audience though. So stay tuned for that. Before I jump into it, I do want to show you have the ability to change the color scheme by clicking on the color square on the top, and they have some default colors, or you can click on the plus sign, add a new color, and you can choose anything within the color wheel. And if you click and just pull around on that gradient, you can see how that color just changes as you go along from a darker to a lighter gradient, and just see live how that affects your thumbnail. I hope you find it helpful so far. Well, Now I want to go over the 5 tips that will be super helpful for you to make this thumbnail and make it more engaging so that more people, you get more clicks and more people seeing your content. My number one thing is put all the wording and important information on the left hand side of the thumbnail, because that's what people's eyes are drawn to, because they always read from left to right. As well, there's a lot of YouTube logos and tags that come up that come on the right hand side, so it can cover up some of your important content. The second thing I would suggest is always choose large fonts and large pictures, because thumbnails are so small that if you want to engage the audience and you have a lot of detail in your thumbnail, people are not going to catch it. So make sure those important elements are super big in your thumbnail so that people will see it and want to click on it. The third tip is to choose the right font. I think as artists, we love these fancy, beautiful fonts, maybe like handwritten fonts that are not as good as translating information when, especially in a tiny thumbnail that people are walking across the screen from, or like they're scrolling on their phone. It's just really hard for them to see. So choose fonts that are not super decorated. If you actually click on the fonts available on Canva, you can scroll through and see templates. So there are fonts that you want to avoid, like those script fonts that are just so beautiful, but like you want bold fonts whenever possible that are clear. I know that it's such a deal breaker for a lot of artists, right? We love things that are more decorative and just more interesting. So fonts, so important. Tip number 4 is always remember that include a photo that engages with the topic. So many times I find that people might put photos that don't necessarily relate to the topic, and I feel like you want to make sure that if you're going to be talking about painting, you should include a photo of someone painting or like watercolor in the thumbnail, because people love seeing pictures, not just like blank background. I think that just like a photo can add so much, and even a face. I think a lot of people go to YouTube to see these genuine videos of people talking about their interests and sharing their experiences. So I think seeing a face also help with increasing engagement as well. The last tip I want to mention is the last tip I want to share with you is to limit the wording that you have on the thumbnail. There is already limited real estate on this tiny thumbnail, so the more words you add on, the more clutter it is, the less engaging it is for people to actually want to watch your YouTube video, because nobody wants to read what's on a thumbnail, all the text on it. People go on YouTube to watch videos, so try to make your wording as concise as possible, as specific to the topic as possible, and as easy to read as possible. So I cannot re-emphasize this more. You want to make sure that the text is relevant and it's super big and not too cluttered. So there you go. I hope you enjoy this video so far. I'm just gonna wrap up by showing you how to download that thumbnail that you have created just now using Canva. And like I promised, it's less than 5 minutes for you to do it. You just have to click on the right hand corner share, and then you can click on download, and it tells you different types of file types you can download, and you're done. Less than 5 minutes. I would say even 2 minutes if you know exactly what you want. And you have created an amazing YouTube thumbnail that you can add to your video, and that is majority of the battle in letting people know about your content and getting them to click and see your YouTube video. So if you like this type of content, please consider like, subscribe, and sharing. And I hope you enjoyed the series on how to get more social media presence from an artist's point of view. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to add them below, and I'd love to hear from you if you have any other suggestions or advice on how to produce the most engaging and effective thumbnails for our YouTube channel. Well, until next time, take care and stay creative, everyone. Bye now.